What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about something timeless, something iconic, and that's New Balance Gray Days. If you're a fan of New Balance, you already know how significant, how iconic the color gray is for the brand. It's more than just a color, it's their legacy. And for this year's celebration of Gray Days, New Balance actually dropped 21 different pairs of gray shoes. And two of those shoes that were standouts for me were these. And even though these shoes are completely different, they do highlight what the brand does best. The New Balance 2010 and the 1906L. Very quickly, if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Josh. I cover all types of sneaker content. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my content. So in case you're unfamiliar, gray is undoubtedly the signature color of New Balance. And this year we got an entire month dedicated to this color, with pairs releasing every week, everything from the 90s, 60s to the 1000s. And the last pair to drop will be the 1300, which I know a lot of people are waiting for. The pair that initially caught my attention the most were these, the New Balance 2010. Now this is a brand new model from the brand. It retails for $160 and it features a modern looking midsole but a very familiar looking upper half. You can say that this shoe doesn't really look like a new model. So far we've already seen the indigo colorway drop, and also more recently we saw Kith drop two different colors of this shoe. But I do think, in my opinion at least, this right here, this is the best colorway we've seen so far on the 2010s. And the official colorway for this pair is Arid Stone and Raincloud Calcium. Even though this is supposed to be a gray shoe and it's supposed to be subtle, I have to say in hand this shoe really pops. We've got this lighter silver gray on the mesh base and some darker gray suede and synthetic overlays. And the mesh actually even has a bit of a bluish tint to it. I also like the bit of light blue that you get on the tongue with the New Balance logo and also on the heel. And you also get this very yellowed out midsole, which typically I'm not the biggest fan of when they go that crazy with the aging, but I do really like it on this model. What really makes this model stand out compared to other New Balances is the diamond knit mesh you see on the upper, and the way that the suede panels are laid out on the shoe. It does look like a lot of other New Balance models. For me, it looks most like the 990 V3. The only real difference is that on the mudguard there's a bit of a cutout there so you can see the mesh underneath. Although I will say that definitely when you have these shoes in hand, you will notice how they are quite chunkier than some of the other models like the 990 V3s. The ankle collar is a lot higher, and definitely the midsole is a lot chunkier. And on feet, these definitely do look bigger. As far as the quality goes, the quality on this pair is very nice. The suede is very buttery. While this quality is not as good, not as nice as you would see on the Made in USA pairs, it's definitely better than most other shoes in this price range. The midsole of the shoe is where things really start to get interesting. You've got this chunky absorb cushioning system that gives the shoe its distinctive profile. The midsole has this wavy, almost futuristic design with these geometric cutouts that reveal the absorb technology underneath, which I think looks pretty cool and also gives this model a lot of options when it comes to mixing and matching colors. I think Kith did that pretty well on their versions. Speaking of Kith, actually, this colorway right here, if you didn't tell me it was a general release New Balance, I would have thought that this was some kind of Kith collab. It's very much a Kith style colorway, isn't it? Now, when it comes to sizing on this shoe, personally, I think the best size to go with is true to size. And to give you a bit of reference, that is the same size I wear in all other New Balance models like the 900 series, the 2002s, and the 1906s. But I will say, however, these do fit slightly more narrow in the midfoot area compared to some of those other shoes. So I don't think that this is actually the best shoe for wide footers out there, because I think if you go up half a size in this shoe, there's going to be way too much room in the toe box. So unfortunately, wide footers out there, you might have to live with a slight bit of discomfort on this model. And when it comes to comfort, it does have the absorb cushioning, which I will say feels very comparable to the energy cushioning that you get on the 2002s and the 1906s, which for me is like a very bouncy, very responsive type of cushioning model. And it doesn't at all feel like any of the 900 series shoes on feet, which definitely have much more of a softer cushioning. So this is one of those pairs that, even though I really like the look of it, from a comfort standpoint, for me, it's a bit disappointing compared to other New Balance models. But do let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this particular colorway of this shoe? I do think it's the nicest looking one we've seen. And moving on to one of my favorite New Balance models in the last year. It is the 1906L. And if you guys have been following this channel for a while, you already know how big of a fan I am of this sneaker hybrid model. And guys, this colorway, this is it. This is one of the best colorways for sure that we've seen on the 1906L, especially on any of the mesh versions. While I do think that this model looks better when they use either leather or suede as the base material instead of mesh, I think out of the mesh colorways we've seen so far, I think this pair, the Raincloud, and probably also that black pair, these are the best ones we've seen so far. To me, this is an even better pair than the OG colorway of the shoe, which was that metallic gray one. This one just feels a lot more versatile, a lot more easier to pull off. It does feature this soft suede material on the upper. I love the barely noticeable branding on this model, that tiny N logo on the upper, and you get that TPU translucent cage on the heel there, giving you a bit of stability. The 1906L for me over the last few months have become one of my go-to sneakers, one of my most worn shoes, just because of how versatile this model is. They work really well with more business or formal type of clothing, and of course they also work for casual use, and especially these mesh versions I think are a bit more on the casual side. They're easy to slip on and they're also very, very comfortable. It does have that energy midsole. The only issue so far for me on this model has been sizing, because sizing has been not consistent at all with this shoe. I think it really depends on what materials they used. The sizing can be really different based on the material. In this mesh version, I think the best size to go with is your true size, which is what I did here. And yes, when you first wear them, they're gonna feel a bit snug. But based on my experience, they do get a bit looser the more you wear them. With the suede pairs, even though I like the way those looked, right from the beginning they do feel very, very big on feet, and you definitely need to go half a size down on those. And similarly with the leather pairs as well, those you can also go a half down. But these mesh ones definitely fit a bit more snug, so go with your true size in these. I am really feeling this colorway, guys. Do let me know in the comments what you think. And there you have it, two excellent pairs that New Balance gave us for Gray Days this year. Out of the two of them, actually I have to say I really am feeling the 2010, because the colorway on this is just pretty much perfect, which is the pair that you guys grabbed or are planning to grab for Gray Days this year. In case you missed it, actually the 992, the gray colorway, that Steve Jobs shoe, that actually even dropped a few weeks ago. If you love gray New Balance shoes, there's just a lot of choice right now. So do let me know in the comments what do you guys think, and if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I drop content just like this, as well as quite a bit of vlogs as well. And give me a follow on my Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, dropping content pretty much daily on there. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.